Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Wesley, and I'm glad to be your host. So, first of all, if you're new here, welcome. This is the Towers Zoological Park that I'm working on. We are building the next exhibit in the park. So, what we're building for today is the fossa. The fossa is the apex predator on Madagascar. I don't know how you pronounce it in English. So yeah, Madagascar in Dutch. And although it's not very large, it is, of course, the largest. The apex on Madagascar. It's again a fascinating animal, as is every animal on Madagascar, because they have evolved completely different than mainland animals, and that's what I found very interesting about them. This will probably, I am not sure, be the final habitat. It may be like just the outdoor habitat, because after building this, was planning on doing a Madagascar house. So this will be probably maybe changed or just be kept. But yeah, that's just a little side note. So here we are working on extending the pet to the new enclosure. This curbing work took me way too long for what it is. Like I have seen some YouTubers do some crazy curbing, and I am already, after a few plaster blocks, tired of it. But hey, it adds realism. So yeah, I am. Oh yeah. Today is the last day of vacation for me. I am tomorrow returning back to school. Well, if you're seeing this, this video will probably be out on Monday. Yeah, sorry for that there was no video last week. That got interrupted because I had to go to my grandma. I say that now as if it's a bad thing, but it really isn't. She's really sweet. Yeah. So that's the reason why there was no video last week. This is also not a job, this is just a hobby. As you may have noticed. Then I noticed that the curbs were not fully on the same height, so I tried to fix that. That will be covered up later. But yeah. Yeah. So, the question that I am wanting to ask you, for the sake of engagement, of course, the question of the day is, what is our zoo director called? Because I was thinking about Wesley, but yeah, my name is Wesley, so that was a little bit boring. So I got the idea to ask you guys what you would like to see as our zoo director, all for the sake of engagement, I guess. Yeah. So if you have any suggestions, leave them down below, and I will surely check them out. And hopefully by next week there will be a winner. So you have time until, when I record the voice, you have time until Saturday, I'll say. So yeah. So what we are building here is the viewing gallery. It's a little concrete shack, I don't know how you call it, and with a glass viewing of the fossa enclosure. It's a really simple concept, the fossa enclosure. It was inspired by a Japanese zoo. I do not remember the name, Again, I should script this, but I am way too lazy for that, so we ain't scripting it. Here I was struggling with duplicating because they were on world axis, was doing weird stuff, so yeah, that was quite frustrating. I used concrete, concrete and the twilight planks. Again, I love the twilight planks. There will definitely be some details added to this. This is just a sketch. There will be added a sign will be added, and probably of course there will also be a sign of the animal, not graphic of the animal. That's what it's called. And outside of the enclosure, next to the viewing gallery, will be a little like statue of the fossa. But that's all off screen. So here we are just lining the glass to add some realism. If you have not noticed yet, I built in a semi-realistic way. I would not call myself really realistic, but I try to keep my zoos as realistic as can be. So yeah. So that's nearly finished now, and that should bring us on to the next part. The framing of the aviary, the cage. I wanted to say aviary because it's meshed, but yeah. And do not, also, I did not do any fancy mesh, I just made a rectangular box with mesh, so, because I am not, I think I would have the ability to do that, but I do not have that much time on my hands. In the inspiration picture, there was a little, like, the mesh was with a how do you call it? There was a, how do you call it? A plastic. I'll call it. It's not plastic. It's something else. But it was covered up. I think this is. I am not sure. I am not a zoological expert or something. But I think this is so the fossa can easily view the people that are walking outside its enclosure, because the fossa is a very skittish animal. Yeah. So that's what we are building right now. I think this size of enclosure is good. I saw a similar size at the Zoo Park Overloon that I went to last year, and I think it's fine. It's not the biggest, but it's also not the smallest, I think. But if you do still have problems with it, I'd call them, or feedback, they're always appreciated, but please take into consideration there will be a Malagasy house behind this, so it will probably have an indoor enclosure on there. So here we are making the roof. Just again, normal mesh pieces, a flat roof, nothing special. Yeah, again, struggling with the axis. What I have learned is always build your builds on the world axis. You can rotate them afterwards, but it's not worth the pain to not first build them on the world axis. So yeah, a little tip from me personally. Yeah, so that's the outer shell finished, just grouping it together as a roof. Yeah. So now we are going to work on the, I don't know what we're working on. We are working on the foliage inside, I think now. Oh no. First we are going to use the climbing Climbing structure. I got this one of the workshop. I think it's by, well, on the thing it said Doskal. I don't know. It's probably made by Doskal then. I made some slight adjustments to it so it fit the size of it fit aviary better. So yeah, working on that. I have sunk it down and then started putting some platforms above. Here I turned off a setting where you can go through the ground normally. Yeah, you can go through the ground and then you can edit it. So no problem there. I was having a little bit of trouble with the W and Z key to move you up and down. Move you up and down vertically. It was not working. It sometimes doesn't work. It bothers me, but I think it's not something really that would get me a new mouse or something like. It's not that bad. I was thinking about getting a new mouse, but I don't think it's needed for per se. Yeah. So putting the posts, the beams that hold the beams, the concrete that the plaster bits bases that hold the beams in place so they don't fall over. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here, and I think that we're almost finished now. Yeah, now we are going to start on the little backstage enclosure of the fossa. I am not good at building backstages. I know that from personal experience, so I will not do that with my zoo. Maybe I will, but I am not positive on that. Maybe I will sometime make a big video about just making backstages, but that would require some time, so I'm probably not going to do that. If you really want to see it, I guess I could do it. But if you really want some good inspiration for your backstage enclosures, I really recommend heading over to Caesar Creates channel. He is a very talented planet zoo builder. I really look up to him. He also was the one who inspired me to make this YouTube channel essentially, because I was at first really scared, what if it's not good enough, what if I am not good enough, I don't know, maybe this isn't for me, but this has always been a dream from as I was a little child, and I think that I have found a game that I want to do it with. So yeah, here we are adjusting the pets to the so there's a little road you don't call it, it's a little path, it's way too small to be a road, leading to the backstage enclosure. And of course it went like I always do, fancy. I don't know why I do this so much. I don't think it was needed to make some curves for it, but hey, I think this black is maybe a little bit too black. May have to add some lighter decals on it, I suppose. So yeah, so that isn't it's pitch black. I don't like how it looks right now. I'm a little bit not hating it, but I'm not a fan. So here we are doing the curbs again. Gotta love the curbs. They are a pain, as I said already. But yeah, so yeah. Also, this is not something engagement or something. Actually, it is. I would like you to know, if you have come this far, maybe like the video, because it helps the channel grow and it shows other people that watch Planet Zoo content from yeah, maybe he's worth checking out, and it helps spread this channel to more people, so more people can enjoy this content, or at least I think enjoy it. I don't know. If you don't enjoy it, please tell me, but I hope not, because why would you be watching anyways then? So yeah, okay, I was getting a little bit off script there. Not that I have a script, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we finished that up. Here we are going to do the little planters. On this one we're working on right now will be the statue of the fossa. So just so you know that. Little mulch pieces, and then of course buffalo grass, because we need buffalo grass. We cannot go without it. Buffalo grass is the best, probably the best piece in the game. And then filling up this little space with buffalo grass. Again, everything can be fixed with buffalo grass or rocks. Rocks are also good. Just a little sprinkle of buffalo grass or rocks in it, and it will be fine. Here I use some bushes, some cypress trees. I am a sucker for those. Can I say that on YouTube? I hope so. Because I'm not doing this again. This is the second attempt, and I do not want to have to do more attempts. Adding some leaf litter. I don't know why I added so much, but it looks cool, I guess. Some yeah, some we call them fuck what? Yeah, no, we didn't hear that. Yeah. So yeah, adding some ferns. We love ferns. Here we have a little stream I was planning on. A little stream. I think it's cool. A little stream always helps to bring more life into the exhibit, I think. It's just a long puddle actually, but... Okay, so now we are going to do the planting. I pasted out a little dirt pad earlier in Zoopark Overland, where I first saw this species. They had tracing pads, so I wanted to recreate that by using some sand and dirt on a 20% density. Yeah, we use it like so. Yeah. Secondary is some trees. Most of the time I hate it when they stick through the ceiling, but here I don't think it matters that much because it's mesh. It's like maybe the branches grew through the mesh, and it's will probably when it grows damage the mesh, but let's not think that too far ahead. We are just here right now. Here we are looking a little overview of the exhibit, and yeah, I'm gonna leave you there. Here are the end cinematics, and bye.